Hey guys, it's Scott here from Horse Racing Daily, and today's video is going to be my top 5 horses after the 2022 Belmont Stakes for the 3-year-old division. And I know a lot could change between now and when the Eclipse Awards come out, but based on the body of work so far and what these horses have done and what I think some of their potential is moving forward, is kind of how I'm going to rank them. And I'm going to start with number 5, and that's Zandon. Zandon really hasn't done anything wrong. He's got third in the Kentucky Derby, won the Bluegrass, uh, but he still finished behind Epicenter in the Kentucky Derby, and I'm not sure how he's going to move forward the second half of the year. So, based on the current body of work, I've placed him at number 5, and the number 4 horse I have is going to be Jack Christopher, and this horse right now I'm going to put him at number 4, but I am going to be excited to see how he performs the second half of the year. He's owned by Peter Brandt, who's a really good owner. This horse already has 2 Grade 1 wins. He's won the Grade 1 Champagne, then won the Pat Day Mile, and won the Woody Stevens. The only problem is none of those distances are going past a mile, and I would kind of like to see more of the classic type distance, like maybe a win in the Trevor's or the Jim Dandy or Haskell. See him start to stretch out a little bit. But I do think this horse has a lot of potential, and some interviews where I've seen with Chad Brown has said this horse is not a sprinter. This horse can stretch his speed out for a while. So it'll be interesting to see what he does when those classic distances start. But I think the upside on Jack Christopher is probably a little more than what it would be on Zandon right now. And the number 3 horse I have on my list is Epicenter. And I think Epicenter is kind of the tough luck horse of all the 3-year-olds so far. But I know Asmussen is really good at developing his 3-year-olds to turn into good 4-year-olds. So I'm excited to see what Epicenter is going to do the second half of the season into the 4-year-old campaign. He's won the Risen Star, won the Louisiana Derby, uh, got second, tough luck second in the Kentucky Derby, and had a bad ride in the Preakness to get second. And he also caught a fresh early voting at that time. So I'm a little curious to see how he's going to perform the second half of the year. But I think there's some more upside there. And just based on him finishing behind, early voting and his tough luck loss in the Derby and his lack of a Grade 1 win so far, I'm going to have to place him at number 3 for now. And number 2 is going to be early voting. And early voting won the Preakness, and he did lose to Mo Donegal in the Wood Memorial when I thought early voting had his own, pace go his own way. But he is still very lightly raced, and he does have the victory over Epicenter. And I think because he's so lightly raced, there's potential for plenty of upside. And Chad Brown looks like he has just a really good stable of 3-year-olds to close out the season. Like I can't think of another trainer that has this type of caliber of horses, in their stable. There's not just one. There's 3 really good horses he can send out. So for now, I'll put early voting at number 2. And number 1, I'm going to have to put Mo Donegal at number 1. And, he's got the win over early voting in the Wood Memorial. He had a bad trip in the Kentucky Derby to finish 5th, but he did come back to win the Belmont. So for now, just because he has a victory over the Preakness winner, and he also won, the Belmont, I'm gonna have to go ahead and place him at number 1 for now. But I will not be surprised if this number 1 spot will change as the season goes on, because I'm not sure, how much potential there's going to be with, Mo Donegal to close out the season. And, the Belmont is just such a weird, it's ran at a mile and a half, and it's just tough to say what that race is going to do for, horses. Like it takes a special type of horse to, run a mile and a half and win the Belmont. But needless to say, he did win the Belmont, and he does have the Wood Memorial victory over the Preakness winner. So for now, he's number 1. But feel free to comment on the video and let me know who you think y'all's top 5 is. And for people wondering where Rich Strike is, I'm going to leave Rich Strike out, even though he is the Kentucky Derby winner. I really think that win is a fluke, and I'm going to need to see it again, probably over a non-Churchill track. But my personal opinion and my prediction is you've kind of seen the last of a competitive Rich Strike. He's going to fall in that category of Derby winners that win the Derby. You never hear him do anything again like Nyquist, Always Dreaming, Country House. The Country House didn't race after his Derby. I feel he's going to fall more into that pattern than, like an American Pharaoh or somebody like that kept on racing. So he's going to be off my list. But, I'm just curious to know what you guys think about your top five. And I hope everybody made a lot of money on the Belmont yesterday. And thanks for watching.